Jolie Pitt, born June 4, 1975, is an American actress and filmmaker. The recipient of numerous accolades, including the Academy Award and 3 Golden Globe Awards. She has been named Hollywood's highest paid actress multiple times. Jolie made her screen debut as a child alongside her father John Voight in Looking to Get Out in 1982, and her film career began in earnest a decade later with the low-budget production Cyborg 2, 1993, followed by her first leading role in major film Hackers, released in 1995. She starred in the critically acclaimed biographical cable film George Wallace in 1997 and Gia in 1998, and won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance in the drama film Girl Interpret in 1999. Her starring role as a video game heroine Lara Croft in Lara Croft Tomb Raider in 2001 established her as a leading Hollywood actress. She continued her action star career with Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2005, Wanted in 2008, and Salt in 2010, and received critical acclaim for her performances in the drama A Mighty Hurt 2007 and Changeling in 2008. Which earned her her nomination for an Academy Award for Best Actress. Her biggest commercial success came with the fantasy picture Maleficent in the 2010s. Jolie expanded her career into directing, screenwriting, and producing with the war drama In the Land of Blood and Honey in 2011, Unbroken in 2014, and First They Killed My Father in 2017. As the public figure, Jolie has been cited as one of the most influential and powerful people in the American country. For a number of years, she was cited as the world's most beautiful woman by various media outlets, and her personal life, including marriages and health battles, has been the subject of wide publicity. Angelina Jolie Voight in Los Angeles, California. She is the daughter of actor John Voight and Marceline Bertrand. She is the sister of actor James Haven and the niece of singer-songwriter Chip Taylor and geologist and volcanologist Barry Voight. Her godparents are actors Jacqueline Bisset and Maximilian Schell. On her father's side, Jolie is of German, and on her mother's side, she is of primarily French Canadian. After her parents' separation in 1976, Jolie and her brother lived with their mother, who had abandoned her acting ambitions to focus on raising her children. Her mother raised her Catholic but did not require her to go to church. As a child, she often watched films with her mother, and it was this rather than her father's successful career that inspired her interest in acting. Though at age of 5, she had a bit part in Voight's Looking to Get Out 1982 when Jolie was 6 years old. Bertrand and her live-in partner, filmmaker Bill Way, moved the family to Palisades, New York. They returned to Los Angeles 5 years later. Jolie then decided she wanted to act and enrolled at the Lee Strasberg Theatre Institute, when she trained for 2 years and appeared in several stage productions. Jolie first attended Beverly Hills High School, where she felt isolated among the children of some of the area's affluent families because her mother survived on a more modest income. She was teased by other students who targeted her for being extremely thin and for wearing glasses and braces. Her early attempts at modeling at her mother's insistence proved unsuccessful. She then transferred to Moreno High School, an alternative school where she became an outsider. Wearing all black clothing, going out moshing and experimenting with knife play She dropped out of her acting classes and aspired to become a funeral director, taking at-home courses to study embalming. At age 16, Jolie graduated from high school and rented her own apartment before returning to theater studies. In 2004, she referred to this period with the observation, as a teenager, Jolie found it difficult to emotionally connect with other people, and as a result, she self-harmed. Later commenting, "For some reason, the ritual of having cut myself and feeling the pain, maybe feeling alive, feeling some kind of release, it was somehow therapeutic to me." She also struggled with insomnia and eating disorders, began experimenting with medicines by age 20. Jolie suffered episodes of depression and twice planned to commit suicide at age 19 and again at 22 when she attempted to hire a hitman to kill her. When she was 24, she experienced a nervous breakdown and was admitted for 72 hours to UCLA Medical Center's psychiatric ward. 2 years later, after adopting her first child, Jolie found stability in her life, later stating, "I knew once I committed to Madoff, I would never be self-destructive again." Jolie's career prospects began to improve after she won a Golden Globe Award for her performance in TNT's George Wallace, about the life of Alabama governor and presidential candidate George Wallace, played by Gary Sinise. Jolie portrayed Wallace's second wife Cornelia, a performance Lee Winfrey of the Inquirer considered a highlight of the film. George Wallace was very well received by critics and won, among other awards, a Golden Globe Award for Best Miniseries or Television Film. Jolie also received a nomination for an Emmy Award for her performance. previously filmed gangster film Hell's Kitchen in 1998, Jolie returned to the screenplay in Playing by Heart in 1998, part of an ensemble cast that included Sean Connery, Gillian Anderson. The film received predominantly positive reviews, and Jolie was praised, in particular San Francisco Chronicle critics Stack role. Jolie working through an overwritten part is a sensation as a desperate club crawler learns truths about she is willing to gamble. She won the Breakthrough Performance Award from the National Board of Review. In 1999, Jolie starred in the comedy drama Pushington alongside John Cusack, Billy Bob. The film met with mixed reception from critics, and Jolie character Thornton's seductive wife was particularly criticized. Writing for the Washington Post, Jason Howitt dismissed her as a completely ludicrous writer's creation of her free-spirited woman who weeps over hibiscus plants that die, wears lot of turquoise rings, and get real lonely when Roselle spends entire co-starred with Denzel Washington in The Bone Collector, playing a police officer who reluctantly helps Washington detective track down a serial killer. The film grossed $1.5 million worldwide, but was critically unsuccessful. Jolie next took the supporting role of mental patient in Girl Interrupted in 1999. She won her third Golden Globe Award, her second Screen Actor Guild Award, and an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. In 2000, Jolie appeared in her first summer blockbuster, Gone in 60 Seconds, which became her highest-grossing film to that point, earning $237.2 million internationally. After her mother's death in 2007, Jolie began appearing in fewer films, later explaining that her motivation to be an actress had stemmed from her mother's acting ambitions. Her first film in 2 years was the thriller Salt in 2010, in which she starred as a CIA agent who goes to the run after she accused of being a KGB agent. Originally written as a male character with Tom Cruise attached to star, Agent Salt underwent a change after a Columbia Pictures executive suggested Jolie for the role. With revenues of $293.5 million, Salt became an international success. The film received generally positive reviews, with Jolie's performance in particular earning praise. Empiric critic William Thomas remarked, "When it comes to selling incredible, crazy, death-defying antics, Jolie has a few peers in the action business." Jolie starred opposite Johnny Depp in thriller The Tourist in 2010. The film was critical failure, though Roger Ebert defended Jolie's performance, stating that she does her darnest. Disney's 1959 animation Sleeping Beauty. Critical reception was mixed, but Jolie's performance in the titular role was singled out for praise. The Hollywood Reporter critic Sherry Linden found her to be the heart and soul of the film, adding that she doesn't chew the estimable sanguine Maleficent. She infuses it, wielding a magnetic and effortless power. In its opening weekend, Maleficent earned nearly 70 million at the North American box office and over 100 million in the other markets, marking Jolie's appeal to audience of all demographics in both action and fantasy film genres usually dominated by male actors. The film went on to gross 757.8 million worldwide, becoming the fourth highest grossing film of the year and Jolie's highest grossing film ever. Angelina next completed her second directorial film, Unbroken, in 2014, about World War II heroes Louis, a former Olympic track star who survived a plane crash overseas and spent 2 years in Japanese prisoner of war camp. She also served as producer under her Jolie Pass banner. After a positive early reception, Unbroken was considered a likely Best Picture and Best Director contender, but it ultimately received mixed reviews and little award recognition. Though it was named one of the best films of the year by the National Board of Review and the American Film Institute. In a typical review, Variety Justin Chang noted the film's impeccable craftsmanship and sober restraint, but deemed it an extraordinary story told in beautiful and unexceptional terms. Financially, Unbroken outperformed industry expectation in its opening weekend, eventually earning over 163 million worldwide. Jolie's next directional effort was the martial drama By the Sea in 2015, in which she starred opposite her husband Brad Pitt, marking their first collaboration since 2005's Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Based on screenplay, the film was a deeply personal project for Jolie, who drew inspiration from her own mother's life. Critics, however, dismissed it as a vanity project as part of an overall poor reception, writing for the Washington Post. Despite starring two of Hollywood's leading actors, the film received only a limited release.